president-elect for 3 days, and the country already looks different. New York City saying no mas to free food for illegals. The caravans in Mexico are breaking up. Toyota is saying they're going to invest more in gas-powered cars. Europe wants to buy energy from the United States instead of Russia. Qatar is kicking Hamas out. The Dow hitting an all-time high. Jack Smith dropping his case. And Soros-funded DAs are packing their bags. America's healing.
It's better than anyone. I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas. I guess some good, some bad. But it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes.
Congress is finally discussing the Epstein files. Now, as you know, many Americans and a lot of Republicans asked for Epstein files to be released, which they were, and Donald Trump's name was all over them. And I'll let Representative Ted Lieu explain exactly what happened.
But something I've heard that doesn't seem to be being covered are the Epstein files. These files were released, and like Donald Trump's sort of all over this, right? There are pictures of him.
Yeah, pictures of him. Call logs at 3 a.m. in the morning. He was in the flight logs. Where there was Epstein, there was Donald Trump. Now, remember, recently on Fox News, Donald Trump was asked if he would release the JFK files. He said yes. The 9/11 files, he said yes. The Epstein files, he said, well, maybe not that one because there's a lot of fake stuff in there, so maybe I'd pause. Well, now we know why. And the bad news for Donald Trump is now Congress is going to start talking about it. And if Congress does, the media does. Donald Trump's worst nightmare is about to come true because Congress is...
Three prophecies of The Simpsons for 2025. The first prophecy, Trump will win the presidential election. Back in 2000, in one episode of The Simpsons, it was predicted that Trump would become the president. Ultimately, this proved to be true, and they predicted again later, indicating that Trump would win the presidential election again in 2024. Although this result has not yet come out, but in the presidential campaign on July 14th, Trump was shot. Does this indicate whether he will indeed succeed? Let's wait and see. The second prophecy, the United States may disappear from the world. The show has repeatedly hinted that the strength of China and Russia will be one of the reasons for the disappearance of the United States, because in conflicts with these two countries, the United States will be subject to nuclear attacks. As for the final third prophecy, it is that the Earth will be attacked by solar storms. In one episode of season 24, Homer dealt with the upcoming storm with a bomb shelter. This shows an astonishing synchronization with the current phenomenon of solar coronal holes observed by NASA, because the solar storms among them indeed have the potential to affect and even threaten the safety of the Earth. So what if the three major prophecies come true? Follow, like and share.
What we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know are the aspirations and the hopes of the American people. But I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name-calling. What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. I believe very strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us. And I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump will give you a minute here to respond.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad. But it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before.
Project 25, I heard about it a week ago and has nothing to do with me whatsoever.
I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it.
I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it.
Those were just some of the many times Donald Trump tried to distance himself from the Heritage Project's far-right playbook, Project 2025. The president-elect was worried about being associated with such extreme and unpopular policies. But that's, of course, before he won the presidential election. Now, all cards are on the table. Trump has tapped Russell Vought, a co-author of Project 2025, who pushed for Trump to take control of government agencies to lead the Office of Management and Budget. His pick for boarders are Tom Homan, who contributed to Project 2025 and may be best known as the father of the family separation policy. Doesn't stop there. Trump's choice for chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, is Brendan Carr. He wrote a chapter in Project 2025's planning document on deregulating broadcasters and cracking down on media outlets. Then, of course, there's John Ratcliffe, Trump's pick to lead the CIA. He served as DNI during Trump's first term, and can you guess what? He also contributed to Project 2025.